going on, guys? Welcome back into another video, and today is another entry into my top 100 favorite movies of all time. We're doing it. We're getting through it. I'm having a lot of fun. This is great. Today, we're talking about 70 through 61. We are almost to the halfway. We are almost to the halfway point of this list. I'm so excited to be talking about these films today because, like last episode and like every episode so far, we have an awesome slate of films that are coming around today. So, like I said, 70 through 61, basically how it's going to work. I'm just going to give a few little reasons why I love the movie so much, and I want to make this disclaimer off the top this time. I made it midway through the video last time. Just because the film is down at 70 through 61, I gave every film on this list 5 out of 5 stars. Every single one of them. So I love every single one of them for what they are. I just have some rated higher than others, but they all have 5 out of 5 stars. I love all of them. That is not a slight to any of these films. I think they are all incredible. Just want to put that out there. Just want to make that clear. But I think without further ado, let's just kind of hop into it. Coming in at number 70 is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Just a powerhouse of performances from Frances McDormand, what's his name? Sam Rockwell, Lucas Hedges, Woody Harrelson, but really it's Sam Rockwell and Frances McDormand who absolutely carry this film. I think all the Oscars that they were nominated for, the Oscars that were won, I think were all incredibly deserved. The direction here is really outstanding. It's a very subtle film that packs a punch with some really heavy emotion because of the subject matter, and it's just incredibly well done. I really enjoyed it. It's a very hard watch. It really is. I will warn you if you've not seen it before. It's a hard watch. It tackles some really tough themes, but you gotta just respect the technical genius that came out of this and the really brilliant performances. It's extremely well done, and it comes at number 70 on my list. Coming at number 69 is The Peanut Butter Falcon, one of the biggest surprises of 2019, one of my favorite movies of 2019. The story of how it was made, why it was made, are just incredible. You get fantastic performance from Shia LaBeouf. I want to shout out the kid because he is absolutely fantastic. Zach Gottsagen, who lives with who is on the spectrum for autism and wanted to be an actor. So these two directors like, we're going to make a movie so that you can be a star, and it just incredible. The story of how it was made is incredible. The movie is actually really good. The emotion is so well done. The performances are fantastic. Like, I really think this is Shia LaBeouf's best performance. I'm just saying. I think it's incredible, and it is a feel-good movie that we needed in 2019 when it came out. My biggest surprise of 2019, I would have to say, a film that I love coming back to and revisiting. Go watch this film if you haven't, because it is a small indie film. It is not a big film. You all need to watch it because it is absolutely incredible. It comes in at number 69 on my list. Coming in at number 68, one of my favorite superhero movies. Yes, it is a superhero movie. The Incredibles. I love everything that Pixar. I really love a lot of what Pixar does, and this is one of the best installments in the Pixar universe. Voice cast performances are incredible. The story, while very simple, is very effective, especially for an animated movie. It's funny. It's got the great bits. Where is my super suit? I mean, that's one of my favorite moments in all film. Is that scene with Samuel L. Jackson as Frozone. It puts a smile on my face every time I watch it, and it still holds up to this day, and it is fairly rewatchable. The second one, not as good. Still really enjoyed it, but there is something about the magic of that first Incredibles that just is incredible. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. If you saw my top 10 favorite superhero movies of all time, go check out the video if you know how to rate. It's on the list. It's really, like, if you think about it, it's a really great movie. I really loved it. It comes at number 68 on my list. Coming at number 67 is Blade Runner 2049, a film that I just saw earlier this year, about a month ago from when I'm recording this. I'm incredibly excited for Dune. Now, by the time this video comes out, I will have already seen Dune. I'm just recording it a little bit in advance. But Denis Villeneuve is one of the greatest working directors right now. And this film is absolutely incredible. I watched the first Blade Runner before I watched this because I wanted to, be able to see both. Watch the first Blade Runner, watch this one. This one is leaps and bounds better than the first one, I think, in my opinion. I think the first one aged a little poorly, but the continuation of that story coupled with the story of Ryan Gosling's character are really, really good. The emotion, I did not expect it to be a very emotional story, but it was. The ending is awesome. I really loved it. And this is some of the most beautiful cinematography I've ever seen in my life. Just absolutely incredible. Denis Villeneuve, I'm incredibly excited for Dune. You will have already seen my thoughts on that already by now, because again, I'm recording this in advance, but I am so excited. And this film is one of the reasons why, because it's just so incredibly well crafted and just very, very well done. Loved it so much. It comes in at number 67 on my list. Coming in at number 66 is Marriage Story, one of my favorite films of 2019. Scarlett Johansson, Adam Driver, two Oscar-worthy performances. Laura Dern won the Oscar for her performance. I don't even think she was the most deserving person for an Oscar in that cast. She did deserve it, but I definitely think Adam Driver or Scarlett Johansson deserved Oscars for that. I think they were both nominated. But you're not beating Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. It's just not happening. But this film is incredible. Noah Baumbach's direction is so quaint and subtle, but effective. This is a film like a Before trilogy type film where there's not a lot going on. It's a lot of conversations and things like that. But watching this relationship slowly deteriorate, but then be built back up, is very sad, but also hopeful at the same time. And I really like the direction that took. This is one of the best Netflix originals to come out, I think. The performances are great. It's an incredibly heartbreaking film to watch, but it resonates. It does. It's absolutely incredible. I really, truly enjoyed this one. And it comes at number 66 on my list. Coming at number 65 is Skyfall. We just said goodbye to Daniel Craig as James Bond, and this is by far the best Daniel Craig James Bond film, and not just the best Daniel Craig James Bond film, but it's the best James Bond film, in my opinion. I think the action in this is the most grand and spectacular. I think you get the best Bond villain in Javier Bardem's character, and this is I think the best written as well. I think this is the first Bond film to really dive into Bond's age, the humanity of Bond. I think it really hits all of those tones, and it just works. I know it sounds very vague, but it just works, and I think most people will agree with me. This is by far the best Bond film, in my opinion. I think it's the best Craig Bond film, and I think that all of that going into what is now the conclusion of No Time to Die, I think looking back even now, it's still an incredible feat by Daniel Craig and by everyone involved. And I believe Sam Mendes directed as well, and he's an incredible director as well. But I love this one a lot. It's just a really awesome classic spy film. It comes in number 65 on my list. Coming in at number 64 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of Tarantino's best. Brad Pitt won the Oscar. We just talked about Marriage Story, where Laura Dern won the Oscar. That same year, Brad Pitt won the Oscar for this film. The more I've thought about it, the more I like it. I really liked it when I saw it in theaters in 2019 for the first time, but the more I think about it, the more it grows on me. It is the classic hangout movie, a movie about making movies, and y'all know I love movies about making movies. It's incredibly effective in the story it's trying to tell, even though it's really not trying to tell any story at all. And it's classic Tarantino at his best, rewriting history, giving us characters that we can connect to and really enjoy. And I just loved hanging out with Rick and Cliff. I just really liked hanging out with them. I think that this is a story about an actor who's been in his heyday and is now kind of fallen to the wayside, and watching how that is all comes together is just very fascinating to me. This was a fun film. It really was. And the finale is it's Tarantino, and it's literally to die for. It is incredible. I love this film. It's so much fun, and it comes at number 64 on my list. Coming in number 63 is Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I told y'all we would talk about more Pirates of the Caribbean. And this is my favorite of all 5 that have come out. I think that of the original trilogy of the 3, this is a very satisfying ending to that story. I think what Orlando Bloom's character does in this, and the ultimate sacrifice that he makes is incredibly emotional. You get those amazing performances from all 3 of our main cast, including some really awesome supporting performances as well. The battle at the end is incredible, and going around the whirlpool and the ships is it's so just well done. And for films that came out earlier in the 2000s, for the CGI to be that good, it's just breathtaking. But this isn't the ultimate conclusion. The other 2 are not that good, but the original trilogy of Pirates of the Caribbean movies are absolutely fantastic, and this is the best of the bunch. I love this one. I watch it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I watch it every now and then. It is really, really good. It comes in at number 63 on my list. Coming in at number 62 is Her. Spike Jonze directs a really beautiful film here, and a film that is very much relevant to today, even though it's set further in the future, about our reliance on technology, kind of getting away from physical human interaction. And it really tests us and our thought processes towards technology in a love story, which is very interesting. I think this is one of, if not Joaquin's best performance, because it's very subtle. It's not like the performance as the Joker, which is, of course, incredible, but I think this one is very intimate, quiet, special, and very impactful and emotional. I mean, it really shows why Joaquin is one of the best working actors today. Scarlett Johansson gives an incredible performance as an AI. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it is. It is a brilliant performance. And again, it all goes back to the direction. I think this is a beautifully shot film. I think the cinematography is incredible. The writing is very, very sound, and it's very real. Again, this film tests human nature and our reliance on technology in a very real way. In a way that is very real, even though this film is set further in the future. I think it's brilliantly done. I really, really enjoyed it, and it comes in at number 62 on my list. Coming in number 61, rounding out the day, y'all, we had a very big gap in between Nolan films. We have to hit another Nolan film sometime soon, and it's Interstellar. This is not my favorite Nolan film. We are going to hit a few more Nolan films before this journey ends. One of them very far up on the list, but this is a incredibly well done sci-fi epic adventure. I think that the story is fairly easy to understand. Gets a little convoluted at the end with the black hole stuff, but where that comes in, it comes in the emotion, and the emotion at the end of the movie. I think it's one of Nolan's most emotional movies. I think it's one of his most emotionally written movies, and I think that, I cried at the end of this movie. And if you've seen the movie, you know how it ends. Like, I cried hard man tears at the end of this movie due to the emotion and how it ended. It really, really was incredibly well done, and how everything kind of ties up in a nice little bow at the end. And then on top of that, it's Nolan. It is incredible visuals. It is stunning cinematography. It is spot on, incredible direction, and brilliant performances from Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, Matt Damon with a very weird cameo that I didn't expect but was very, very welcome, and of course Matthew McConaughey. It's just brilliantly done from all levels. Some people don't love this one as much as some of his other films, and of course I have films higher up the list that I like more as well, but for everything I have to say, I think that this is it is incredible. It's one of my favorite films, and it is a reason why we go to the theater. This is a theater experience film. Didn't see it in a theater. I saw it on my big TV in 4K, but I would have liked to see it in a theater. It's absolutely incredible. And it comes in at 61 on my list. That is it for today. Number 70 is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. 69 is The Peanut Butter Falcon. 68 is The Incredibles. 67 is Blade Runner 2049. 66 is Marriage Story. 65 is Skyfall. 64 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. 63, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. 62 is Her. And 61 is Interstellar. Your homework for today. Go down below in the comments and let me know. What is your favorite film that I talked about of these 10 films? We got a very nice variety of films here. We got an animated film. We've got some sci-fi. We've got some drama. We got a fantasy pirate film. And we got, like, you know, spy espionage kind of thriller film. We got a very nice variety here in this one today. So let me know down below in the comments what is your favorite film that I talked about today. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. When this video comes out, we are in the middle of some really awesome stuff coming out. We will have just talked about the Eternals and ranking the MCU. We'll have Ghostbusters coming out, some Black Friday stuff. We're in the thick of it, guys. We're getting into some fun stuff. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank you all so much for sticking around and watching and checking out the videos. I want you all to have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.